I think back to my first moments learning AI, that no one knew that much, and everyone was concerned about what the future would be and what this new technology could do to affect our future. I I was very overwhelmed, and I was trying to understand what my position was going to be in terms of this new technology. I wanted to figure out if I wanted to embrace it, if I wanted to let it go, or ignore it, or stick to what I already knew. And a few years after today, I can feel that I took a right decision on pursuing learning as much as I can about AI, but also apply it into my daily routine or daily work. There were moments where I felt super overwhelmed, not just at the beginning, but right now as well. Sometimes I get overwhelmed. So I try to remind myself that I don't need to master everything. There is like so many AI tools over there. There are new ones coming again and again and again, that it is almost impossible to catch up with all of them, especially having a full-time job where I can only learn things on my, or what I, if I have to, in my job or in my free time, which reduces a lot the amount of time that I spend learning AI. My strategy to stay up to date and not get overwhelmed with all this information and new tools coming up every day, it is what I'm going to let you know about in this video. There is not an exact moment where I realized that trying to catch up with everything was going to not be sustainable in long term. So instead, I can tell you that what it helped me a lot, it was to make the AI course that I did in the first, right now it is the first edition. And just making that course helped me a lot to condensate all the knowledge that I was having scattered and try to teach it to someone else. Um, Doing that, it has made me realize of the key of how you can handle all this AI process of becoming something major in our lives, in our culture, and in our works. By making this course, I I first start by making a mid-journey course that at some point I realized that mid-journey was getting out of date. It has, at least it has a season where mid-journey was behind other tools like Crea or like Visual Electric. And I realized that if I start making courses that um, based on tools, these tools can get obsolete, and then therefore my course will get obsolete. So the process that I use to think and create a course is the same process that I would use to learn AI. And this is what I'm going to explain you now.
AI is moving fast, and if you don't start learning it now, you may fall behind. You have probably already seen AI images online. Some look amazing and others not so much. The difference is not about which tool you use, it's about knowing how to use it well. I am Emmanuel Cantón, and I'm a design lead at an AI creative agency. I have worked with brands like Webflow, Amazon, and Vimeo. I've also helped more than 80 creatives and professionals to learn how to create amazing visuals using AI, and that's why I made this course. Because the problem isn't about finding the right tools, it's about knowing how to use them in a smart, creative way. In this course, you will learn how to create realistic high-end images, how to create an AI clone of yourself, of your client, and put it into any setting that you want, how to keep consistent style for your brand, and how to make product photos that look like they came from a pro studio. isn't just theory, and I'll show you step by step how to get results without wasting time trying to figure out everything alone. The first edition has limited seats and the price will go up later. But if you join now, you will get the best price and access to all feature updates for free. Check the link in the description. Don't wait until AI feels overwhelming and get ahead now. Join the priority list and start creating visual that will skyrocket the quality of your work.
First of all, I decided that if I wanted people to learn AI, it couldn't be based on a specific tool. The first thing that you have to learn when you're gonna start to use AI, it is the prompt basics. How does a prompt work? What does it make a prompt useful, effective, and how you can create not just one image with a prompt, but how do you create a system of prompts that once you implement this system, you can have consistent images in the most in the best possible way that you can have consistent images because there are other ways to create consistency that is not just with the prompt. But for the sake of this explanation, having knowledge on how AI tool works and how does it interpret prompts, it is a super important skill, and you don't need one specific tool to learn that. That is why in this first stage of me making a course, I decided that I wanted to choose just one tool. I was gonna teach people how to prompt as the one of the first lessons that they should learn. So, what is the structure? What to consider? What to put in every part? How to organize the words? What are the important words and what are the words that are not useful to put? How long or how short this prompt should be, and how to get feedback from the result that you're getting. Once you put your prompt, the second step it is how to realize what is not working in the words that you put and how you are going to change these words to optimize the first prompt that you put to make it more digestible for the AI tool that you're going to use. And everything that I'm telling you here, notice that I'm not mentioning any specific tool. This is just the skill of making prompts. Once you have that skill acquired, you can start making maybe your prompts more complex, and there is where the tokens come. A token, it is a word or a phrase that you put in your prompt as a little unit of information that it will change something about your prompt. It can be the illumination, it can be the colors palette, uh, it can be the environment, it can be the background, it can be the subject. Anything any word that you put that change substantially the image that you're getting as a result, it is a token. So if I say blue, I'm speaking about a token. If I say daylight illumination, I'm speaking about a token too. If I say men or women or child, those are also tokens. And not overlapping tokens or not putting tokens that are um, conflictive with each other. It is one of the most important and more common mistakes that people make when they are trying to make AI images. Putting contradictory things like daylight and night illumination, it is like one of the main reasons why images that people try to create, they don't work as they expected to. After learning how to prompt correctly, the next step it is to let go your expectations. And this may sound a bit crazy or unexpected, but the thing is that with AI, you're not only going to get exactly what you are expecting to get. So it is important, in order for you to don't get frustrated, it is to get used to the idea that with AI you will not get usually the exact result that you are expecting, even if you have high mastery of prompting. You may feel like if you would be better, you could get a certain type of result with a specific tool. And in some cases, it might be. But sometimes the tool has its limitations because of the data that it was used to be trained. So some AI tools don't recognize some specific camera angles or some specific type of lenses. Some AI tools are more sensitive to certain vocabulary or certain tokens and are less reactive to other ones. And the way that you learn that is by testing them. So it is sometimes the mistakes or the things that you are not getting, it is not your fault, it is the tool that you're choosing. Therefore, it is important that you master and you have awareness of if what you're writing it doesn't have any of the previous mistakes that we mentioned, to then check if maybe it is the tool what it is not able to give you the result that you want. What comes next after you let go your expectations about AI and be okay with getting imperfect results for a bit? You're not going to just keep those results, of course. You are going to learn after how to make changes on the images that you get, how to select the image that it is better for the result that you want, and how to make changes on that image with post production to then have the result that you expect, or at least something very very close. Once you get your image with hallucinations, with the little mistakes, the 6 7 fingers, the angle that you didn't want, or the element that is extra that you didn't ask and it is there, what you can do, it is to go to Photoshop and make adjustments on that image and remove all the things that you don't want and make substitutions on faces, eyes, hands, and all these elements that are not as good as they should be. You can do it in Photoshop, but also some tools have their own embedded editors where you can make changes on one specific area of an image without changing the full image. And you have Crea for that, you have Midjourney, and probably there are some more others that you can use for that. Depends on what tool do you use to build to create your image. It would help you to make the changes on that specific tool, or maybe you can take images from one platform and put it in the other one, and it's also valid. It depends on the requirements of the tool. So once you make your edition and Photoshop or the tool that you want, the next step is to enhance your image. And by enhancing, I mean raise the quality and the details on your image, because usually AI tools give you up to a certain level of pixel density, a certain level of image size, that it is good for some digital assets. But if you want to make a more detailed one, if you want to zoom in the image because you need a smaller portion of it, or if you're going to print that image, it is good that you know how to enhance an image. And remember, this is a video about how to avoid being overwhelmed. with all the AI information that is coming out. And what I'm mentioning here are all the core skills that you have to master AI, no matter what it is the tool. So, enhancing, you are going to want to enhance your images after they have their structure correct, because if they have issues with the position of a hand or uh, a certain object that is not in the place that it should be, enhancing it would be wasting your time, because then you're gonna have to enhance again those areas probably. So you better put everything on their place and have a correct structure according to what you want, to then go to an enhancer and make that image with higher quality. Okay? And this is all the process. This is all the steps that you need to know to learn AI. Once you master that, and that is what I teach you in my course, and it is how I learn to use AI and not getting overwhelmed, then you can start selecting what tools are the best for you. And here comes another advice. Don't try to know all the tools at once. Choose a few ones, maybe the cheapest ones, but the ones that also give you the best quality. And with that tool, try to learn how to master the prompting, uh, how to create good prompts, how to define what are the tokens, and how to detect what are the mistakes that you're making in your prompting. And once you do that with one tool, maybe you can expand to other tools. That's what I did in my course. In my course, I choose one tool to teach, but one tool that it is not as complex as Midjourney, for example, that have a lot of parameters and things that are not just words for prompt, but it have like codes and certain numbers, and if you don't put the right number, it tells you that you're making a mistake, and it is very not beginner friendly. Even though I started learning with Midjourney, and it took me some time to make it do what I wanted to do, and the first things that I did were not that good. Um, so instead of using this complicated tool to begin, my proposal is to use a tool like Crea that has a lot of image generators embedded on one area of the tool, so you can select if you want to use Crea, if you want to use Flux, if you want to use uh, I don't remember the other ones, image I believe, but you can try with different ones just with one subscription. And not only that, then you can make videos and you can enhance your images on that same tool. So you're paying, at this moment, you can pay 10 euros and have a lot of images available to create, and a lot of images that are able to be enhanced. And also you can choose from different enhancers. The more expensive, the one that consumes the most credit, it is the best one, but you can also try with other ones that are not as good but still give you very good results according to what you want to create. And this is something that I teach in the course. So once you have selected that tool, you can practice and practice, and once you master all these core concepts in this tool, maybe you can go to other tools to find that specific result that this tool is not giving you, because usually tools tend to give you some specific results. Like Midjourney is super good for photography and realism, but it's not that good for you to control it. um, Crea has tend to get a lot of hallucinations, and especially when there is a lot of people involved. And every tool have their peculiarities, and testing them is how you learn which one you can use better for what. So to summarize, and for you to take a clear blueprint That's a weird word for me. So you take a clear blueprint. You are going to do the following: master your prompting first, then let go your expectations, then post produce your results, then enhance the images that you choose and post produced. Stick to one tool while you do all that. And finally, understand the different nuances of each tool to choose which is the one for what you want to accomplish. That is it. It is not more complicated than that. If you take these steps, you're going to get super good at using AI and you're not going to be afraid because the overwhelm factor is going to be removed. And with this video, you also have some recommendations from me for tools that you can use. Mine it is Crea, maybe FreePic, that has the same versatility that Crea has. And you don't need more than that. Start with that, learn them good, and then explore other tools according to what you want to do. And remember, when I started, I also felt the pressure. I felt overwhelmed. I was not sure what tools to use. And what got me out from there was to just choose one tool, pay for a course, and have someone that guide me into how to make this tool do what I wanted it to do. And once I had that, I have never paid for another AI course in my life. Everything that I have learned it by myself because I knew the basic. I understood the basics, and once I did that, everything else I learned it on my own. So, my recommendation: invest on yourself, invest on your future, and learn. Have someone next to you that can guide you to learn all the basics of AI for you to have the necessary tools to then understand all the other AIs. So I hope that with this video you have way more clarity on how to start and how to master AI for your own benefit. If you are interested on these topics, subscribe to the channel, hit the hit the little bell for you to know when I release a new video, because I will be making way more videos about this topic. And if you have any specific interest that you would like me to speak in these videos, let it in the comments. I'm going to read them and I'm going to use it to create better content for this channel. I'm Emmanuel Cantón, and see you in the next one. Thank you.